Both Caitlin Clark with Connor and Alan Zucker at Lucas Oil Stadium. Now, Alan Zucker, I believe that is the guy that we got to keep in mind. The one comment said, this college Caitlin. Now, Caitlin Clark did lose a lot of muscle, man. To me, Caitlin Clark had to go back to who she was pre-Indy.
That weight loss isn't just about fitness. That photo from the Indiana-Ohio State game on November 23rd tells a completely different story. When you see Caitlin Clark standing next to Alan Zucker at Lucas Oil Stadium, you're looking at one of the biggest career moves in WNBA history that nobody's talking about yet. Because Alan Zucker doesn't just represent athletes, he represents Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Arch Manning, and Taylor Swift. And now he represents Caitlin Clark.
I think she should definitely, you know what I'm saying, maybe reach out to him if she have not already. This comment stated, it looked like Caitlin Clark has a new agent. That's how I read this picture. Now, somebody else, then it goes on to say, and she lost a very lot of weight. So I believe this Alan Zucker guy, right? One of these guys, let me see here. I think this picture might have came.
Here's what that means. Caitlin Clark just fired her previous representation and signed with one of the most powerful agents in sports. This isn't a lateral move. This is a complete strategic overhaul. And when you look at the timeline, the reason becomes crystal clear. The Nike deal that got announced in December 2024 was negotiated under her previous agent, 8 years, $28 million. Sounds impressive until you realize what she left on the table.
A couple months ago, let me see here. Goldman Sachs. Pull this up. Goldman Sachs Sports. Let's pull this up. Yeah, so we all remember this, right? So this right here, Goldman Sachs acquires majority stake in Excel Sports Management. Now, Goldman Sachs was already reaching out to Caitlin Clark and already doing business with her. You know, I believe she had a sponsorship with them, if I'm not mistaken, her rookie year. That's just Goldman Sachs, the company. And I believe that could be a big reason why they decided to purchase the company.
Goldman Sachs acquired a majority stake in Excel Sports Management in 2023 for close to $1 billion. Excel already had a relationship with Caitlin Clark through various partnerships during her rookie year. But here's the critical detail most people miss. Excel Sports Management represents Under Armour as a brand client. That's why Steph Curry was so vocal about wanting Caitlin Clark with Under Armour. He wasn't just being nice. He had a direct pipeline through his agency to make that deal happen. Instead, Caitlin Clark signed with Nike. And according to multiple reports, that deal was significantly below market value for someone who brought 3.22 million viewers to WNBA games and became the most watched women's basketball player in history. That decision was made under her previous representation. Now she's with Alan Zucker. Now she's with Excel. And now, things are about to change dramatically.
That's why Steph Curry was so mad. See, y'all, all of this is starting to make sense now. See, Under Armour was represented by Excel. So they had a direct line to get Caitlin Clark. Under Armour did. I can't lie, man. I ain't rocking on Under Armour shoes. And Caitlin Clark probably signed with Nike because she liked to wear Nikes, bro. Like, who actually like to wear?
Look at who Alan Zucker represents. Trevor Lawrence signed a 5-year, $275 million contract extension with the Jacksonville Jaguars in June 2023. That's the kind of deal-making we're talking about. Peyton Manning became one of the highest-paid endorsers in sports history under Zucker's guidance. These aren't just contracts. These are legacy-building partnerships. And Caitlin Clark just entered that world. She went from an agent who negotiated a decent Nike deal to an agent who builds billion-dollar brands. That's not an upgrade. It's a complete transformation of her business strategy.
Caitlin Clark is pictured with here. This is Alan Zucker. That's him in the far left there, right? And he's chilling there with Caitlin Clark-Connor. I don't know who this gentleman is, but let's read about this Alan Zucker. So Alan Zucker is a partner at Excel Sports Management. Who do he represent? The Mannings. It looked like he definitely represent the Mannings. Oh, so he represents both Mannings. Agent for Mannings, Taylor Swift. Bro, so he got Taylor Swift too. Wow, Alan Zucker clients.
The physical transformation matters too. Caitlin Clark lost significant muscle mass between the end of the WNBA season in October and that November photo at Lucas Oil Stadium. She's returning to her Iowa body type, the version of herself that broke NCAA records and became the most electric player in college basketball history. That's not an accident. Her game suffered when she bulked up for the WNBA. The three-point shooting percentage dropped, and the signature deep range that made her famous became inconsistent. Steph Curry even commented on it publicly, suggesting she needed to adjust her mechanics. Now she's reversing course, and with Alan Zucker managing her career, this isn't just about basketball performance. This is about brand alignment. The Caitlin Clark that America fell in love with was the Iowa version. That's the version that sells. That's the version that Zucker is going to market.
Agent. If this site right here is legit, what is this right here? Y'all look. Investigating clients, Alan Zucker. Trevor Lawrence, football. Clayton Crenshaw, baseball. Caitlin Clark, basketball. Whoa. Whoa. Hold up. This probably is for real. This probably is for real, y'all. Let me fact check this before I yay or nay this. That's him on the far left. But this site right here is saying that she signed with him. She's with him now. Wow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She definitely Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Arch Manning, Trevor Lawrence, just Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, she has a new agent.
Excel Sports Management doesn't just negotiate contracts, they build ecosystems. When you're represented by Alan Zucker, you're not getting a better shoe deal. You're getting strategic partnerships across media, entertainment, technology, and traditional sports endorsements. Taylor Swift's representation by Zucker isn't about music contracts. It's about building the largest touring operation in entertainment history and negotiating streaming deals that changed industry standards. That's the level Caitlin Clark just entered. And the timing is perfect. Her Nike contract runs through 22, but there are performance clauses and renegotiation windows. With Zucker representing her, you can expect those conversations to start immediately. Because right now, Caitlin Clark is underpaid relative to her market impact. She brought more viewers to women's basketball than any player in history. She single-handedly changed WNBA attendance figures. Indiana Fever home games went from averaging 4,670 fans in 2023 to 17,000. And her current endorsement portfolio doesn't reflect that value. Alan Zucker's job is to fix that immediately.
Erin Kane fucked up the Nike deal. She completely slaughtered her Nike deal, bro. Wow. For the longest time, I thought that Caitlin Clark was her uncle. Nope, an agent. He's her agent. She fired Erin Kane. Sending her with one of the partners of XL currently provides cues to Caitlin Clark is moving exactly what. Yeah, guys. I'm expecting big change from Caitlin Clark 2026, bro, because she just.
Excel Sports Management doesn't just negotiate contracts, they build ecosystems. When you're represented by Alan Zucker, you're not getting a better shoe deal. You're getting strategic partnerships across media, entertainment, technology, and traditional sports endorsements. Taylor Swift's representation by Zucker isn't about music contracts. It's about building the largest touring operation in entertainment history and negotiating streaming deals that changed industry standards. That's the level Caitlin Clark just entered. And the timing is perfect. Her Nike contract runs through 22, but there are performance clauses and renegotiation windows. With Zucker representing her, you can expect those conversations to start immediately. Because right now, Caitlin Clark is underpaid relative to her market impact. She brought more viewers to women's basketball than any player in history. She single-handedly changed WNBA attendance figures. Indiana Fever home games went from averaging 4,670 fans in 2023 to 17,000. And her current endorsement portfolio doesn't reflect that value. Alan Zucker's job is to fix that immediately.